السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. باب تعظيم حرمات المسلمين وبيان حقوقهم وشفقته عليهم ورحمتهم. We continue our book Riyad-us Saliheen by Imam Nawawi rahmatullah alayhi. This is the 27th chapter of the book, and the chapter is with regards to reverence towards the sanctity and honor of the Muslims, to fulfill their rights and to show compassion towards them. So we began the chapter yesterday with the beginning two verses of the Quran, and inshallah we'll cover the rest of the two verses inshallah for tonight. Imam Nawawi rahmatullah alayhi brings the ayat of the Quran from Surah Al-Hijr, verse number 88, and then the verse of the Quran from Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse number 32. So the first ayat that Imam Nawawi rahmatullah alayhi brings is by saying, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, وَاحْفِظْ جَنَاحَكَ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And the second ayat of the Quran is مَنْ قَتَلَ نَفْسًا بِغَيْرِ نَفْسٍ أَوْ فَسَادٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ فَكَأَنَّمَا قَتَلَ النَّاسَ جَمِيعًا وَمَنْ أَحْيَاهَا فَكَأَنَّمَا أَحْيَا النَّاسَ جَمِيعًا. In this particular order that he brings these ayats. So the first ayat of the Quran itself is such a, and of course every ayat of the Quran is so profound, but this particular ayat of the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions وَاحْفِظْ. And the word wahfidh itself in Arabic refers to lowering something or humbling yourself. And in reality, it also refers to lowering, but not only just lower something, but in this particular ayat, the Quran says, janahaka lil mu'mineen. And the word janah in Arabic really refers to wings, as they say, or things that are honorable for a person. So linguistically, or metaphorically, this ayat of the Quran is referring to us by reminding us and telling us that humble yourself for your believing brothers and sisters. وَاحْفِظْ جَنَاحَكَ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Lower your wings for the believers. Be courteous towards those who believe and follow the faith itself. And then the ayat of the Quran continues, the next ayat where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions Man qatala nafsan bighayri nafsin. And if anyone has killed an individual, a person, not in retaliation of a murder, but as a means of spread of mischief on the face of this earth, it would be as though that they have taken the life of the entire mankind. And if anyone saved a life, it would be as though if he has saved the life of the entire mankind. In these both verses of the Quran, which are well-known verses of the Quran to many of us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding us of a great responsibility of fulfilling the huquq of others, and especially the ones who believe. And not only just those who believe, in general, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam always emphasized on the importance of huquq and the rights of others. The previous chapter, chapter 26, we talked about this from the entire, multiple weeks. But again, this particular chapter itself reminds us of the sanctity or the reverence that is required to be shown, especially for the person who have belief, those who have iman. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam one day was sitting down amongst the Sahaba, and we'll talk about this hadith later in detail as well. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked about a person who was walking by. And the Sahaba said, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this person who is walking by is a person of honor, nobility, well-known individual. If he was to propose to someone, they would definitely accept their proposal. If this person was to intercede for someone, they will not say no to this person. Rasulullah ﷺ waited for a bit. Another man walked by who was a believer, but extremely humble, not very strong and well-to-do. And he asked, who is that individual? And they said, this is an individual, he's a believer, but he's extremely weak. If he sends his proposal to someone, they will not even consider him. If he speaks on behalf of someone, they won't even listen to his words. If he's present, no one would really even pay attention to his presence. So Rasulullah ﷺ said, if the likes of the first one were to be filled in the heavens and the earth, they cannot match what the value of the second one is in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Meaning the value of iman in the eyes of Allah is so much. So when it comes to the iman and the belief of others, to respect them, to honor them, to take care of them, and of course, and to be a source of goodness and khair for them. So the first ayat of the Quran is reminding us with regards to our being courteous, showing akhlaq, showing manners. And I'll finish with this particular statement, brothers and sisters. When it comes to akhlaq and the manners of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never mentions in the Quran, "O my Habib, O my beloved, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, your akhlaq are too good. Decrease your manners for others." Never. When it comes to his crying, Allah said, "You're crying too much, decrease it." When he wept for too long during the course of the night, Allah said, "Decrease the mujahada and sacrifice." When he had so much concern for other people's hidayat, Allah said, "Are you going to take your life because of excessive worry?" So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lowered everything that you're doing too much. But when it came to his akhlaq and his manners, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always praised by saying, وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ, that for indeed you are the best in akhlaq and manners. So when it comes to spreading our wings for others, being courteous to others, and showing humility towards the believers, and being a source of their life and protection, it is as though that we save the entire mankind. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to show sanctity and reverence and qadr and respect towards one another, and to be a source of protection and khair for the entire ummah, inshallah. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu.